project is going to be a little funky Easter egg all made in the hoop. There is going to be one seam that needs to be sewn on a sewing machine when we're finished. We're going to show you how to do the first part of it in the hoop. Okay, you hoop the piece of fleece, and we use a mesh stabilizer so we can leave it in because it's very soft. Go ahead and hoop the fleece, and I lay a piece of wash away stabilizer on top. This will keep the stitches from sinking down into the fleece itself. Sew out the first design, which is the face. Okay, that takes about a minute to do. Then the next thing you want to do is just peel off the big piece here. We can get the little pieces out of the mouth or whatever in the face in a little bit. You want to get the parts around the outside out of the way. Now you're going to switch color here, and my recommendation is use a thread color that's close to whatever this color of fleece is. That way it won't show too much. Just going to thread with the yellow thread. Now the next thing that's going to sew out is just an outline to show you the shape of the egg and where you're going to need to place the next piece of fleece. Now notice I didn't use any topping on this one. You don't need to worry about topping here. We're going to take the contrasting color of the fleece, lay it on top, nice and flat, and just smooth it. Keep your fingers out of the way and let the machine sew this next seam for you. Believe it or not, your egg is half finished. I'm going to move this back just a little so I have a little room here. What you can do is remove the hoop from the machine and remove the fabric from the hoop. And if you lay it flat on the table, I'm going to turn it over so I can see the outline of the egg. You want to cut around the outline, a quarter of an inch, half an inch at the most is all you need. We're going to cut about that much, all the way around the outside. And half of your egg project is ready to go. Okay, there's the first half. Now the second half is even faster. You're going to hoop up the other piece of plain fabric, and again I'm using a mesh stabilizer. The second part does not need any additional wash away stabilizer on top because we're only going to do another outline. I'll show you just a second. You select the design that says egg back, and the first part is going to sew the same outline that you had in the first part of the egg. You can do the same thing with the contrasting color, lay it over the top, make sure that you've covered that egg shape, smooth it down with your fingers, get your fingers out of the way, and let it sew that half. All you need to do now is take the hoop off of the machine, take the fabric out of the hoop, and we're going to trim this part of the egg exactly the same way we trimmed the other part, by cutting around the outside all the way around. If you turn one right side out and the other one leave it not turned right side out, they'll fit together. And what you'll have is just one long seam to sew together. Now you can pin these if you like, or you can just start. We start in the middle of one of the long sides and just sew approximately 1/4 of an inch, a little bit bigger if that's easier for you, all the way around. When you get to the bottom where the seam is, just stop for a minute, kind of match things up. And then cross over. And as you come back around, leave enough of an opening that you'll be able to put some stuffing inside. All you have to do is now turn it right side out. We've got to clip the... Thank you, Becky. We have to clip the corner so that it'll be smooth. And then turn it right side out. You can smooth the opening with your fingers. And all you need to do now is stuff and then whip stitch that opening in the back closed. And you have an Easter egg. And there's our little Easter egg all set and ready to be included in the Easter egg hunt.